To celebrate my granddad's 80th birthday, we chartered a 38-foot sailboat and sailed from Port Hamble Marina in Southampton across the English Channel. The crew included my brother Michael, my brother Bill, my dad Bill, my granddad Bill, and of course me. My brother Michael was training for his day skippers course, so he had a lot of responsibility, which included plotting charts, telling us what to do, and generally making sure everything ran smoothly. My brother, a submariner, took the helm first, taking us out of the Port Hamble Marina, down the Hamble River, and out into the English Channel.
Mercy at my feet. When I see her pin her charm, she just throws it back at me.
Michael was a pretty good skipper and seemed to be knowledgeable how to run a tight ship, tying the knots, hoisting the sails. While he made me and my brother do most of the work, he did his fair share. I mean, what can I say? The kid was a pretty good teacher. As we made our way into the channel, the weather was amazing, so we pretty much just sat around chit-chatting, enjoying the sun, enjoying the awesome weather, and enjoying each other's company.
That river, she is comfort by my side. When I try to understand, she just opens up her hands.
After 18 hours of hard sailing and battling the seas, we finally made it. However, due to rough weather and pretty much everybody on board getting sick and throwing up, we routed to Cherbourg, which was supposed to be a lot closer. After such a long night, we were all pretty tired, but we were all pretty keen to get out and see friends, so that's what we did. Got off the boat, showered, and went out to see the sights. Before we explored too much, we had to go to immigration and let the officials know that we were in the country. While we were there, we saw French's finest in action.
The hours of her garden and her son. So I tried to warn her. I turned to see her weep.
Once we were done, we were free to explore and experience all things French. Espresso, cheese, wine, beer, cafes, chocolat, and of course, Napoleon. I was pretty fascinated with French architecture in general, but some of the French churches were absolutely incredible. While we were in port, we decided we should get out and do some sailing, take advantage of the great weather, and see some of the smaller islands surrounding France and lying around in the channel. Port Cherbourg is actually an old military port, used heavily by Napoleon back in the day. So it was pretty interesting as we head out into the ocean, to see all the different defensive structures protecting the port. As we were sailing, we came upon an island, completely private, complete with a castle on it. You gotta be pretty dang rich to own your own island in the middle of the ocean with your own castle. One thing I found pretty interesting is that on most of the islands, there's no motorized vehicles at all. You get around by foot, bicycle, or horse and carriage. It was actually pretty refreshing to see these islands maintaining a bit of their heritage. The smallest island has a population of only 60 people. After Cherbourg, we hit the island of Guernsey, which was a fairly decent size, having a population of around 500,000. Unfortunately, I didn't really do that much recording, so I don't have any footage of Guernsey. After Guernsey, we headed to an island called Alderney, which was absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, due to the rough weather and seasickness on the way to Port Cherbourg, my granddad decided he'd be better off taking a ferry back to England and enjoying his vacation on dry land, so it was just us young fellas left. It was pretty rough en route from Guernsey to Alderney, and even our skipper looked kind of scared. But eventually we made it, and we're free to do some exploring. Once we got to Alderney, we had to hook up to a buoy and take the water taxi in. It was pretty windy and pretty chilly, but we made it.
Such is the way of the world, you can never know.
Alderney, like most of the islands,
Just where
was
to
pretty
put all
small,
your faith, and how will it grow?
but the size of the place didn't diminish its beauty. In fact, it enhanced it. We set off to walk along the beach and explore one of the old castles that was up on the hill.
Gonna rise up, turn mistakes into gold.
The old guys decided to take the road to the castle, but me and Michael decided to be awesome and storm the walls. The view from the top of the castle was pretty incredible.
Oh, such is the passage of time, too fast to fold.
Eventually, though, we had to make our way back to the boat and begin the long sail back to England.
Lo and behold, gonna rise up, find my direction magnetically. Gonna rise up, throw down my ace in the hole.
It took about 15 hours to make the transit from Alderney back to Port Hamlin Marina. The seas were pretty rough. Definitely a lot rougher than anything we'd experienced yet on the whole trip. But this time around, nobody got sick, which was pretty awesome. All in all, we spent 7 days sailing. It was a pretty awesome trip, and I had a great time. It was awesome to see my grandfather, who I hadn't seen in 13 years, and be able to spend some bonding time with both my brothers, my dad, mom, sister, and everybody else. Thanks to everybody who made this trip so amazing. It's honestly something we'll never forget.